What's going on YouTube? It's your man Too Smooth here on the NBE Gaming channel, where we bring you nothing but excellence. So listen guys, we're currently less than 24 hours away from the official release of the NBA 2K18 Prelude. That's right, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on September 8th. The free download is available. And I know we're all excited to get a taste of what the game's gonna be like. And for those who haven't decided on what archetype to create, y'all better get on it. For me, I run the center position, and I know a lot of people might not be considering a big man build, but in my opinion, a center is one of, if not the most important man on the court. So what I wanted to do is briefly give you my take on the best all-around post scorer and glass cleaner builds. Now, there are so many videos and images out there on YouTube and Twitter, and I feel like, there's so many people that say, oh, this archetype's the best or that one's the best, and it's really taken away from personal preference and how people may like to enjoy the game, or honestly what's really best for the individual. So what I wanted to do was break down what might be the best overall center build for those who are still undecided. And I'm a numbers kind of guy, so this is strictly how things look on paper and my opinion on how to go about making a decision. So I put together a little simple spreadsheet listing the minimum attribute stats for all the post scorer builds and glass cleaner builds. So as you can see on the screen here, there's a lot of highlighting going on, but I'm gonna explain what that's all about in a minute. So across the top you have the secondary archetypes, and vertically along the side you have all 16 upgradable attribute categories. Now the numbers in the grid correspond to the levels that you can upgrade for each attribute, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an example of what that looks like in the game. So what I did was compared each build by category and highlighted the highest number in yellow, and then I did the same for the second highest and highlighted that in green. So as an example, we're gonna look on the post score side. Alright, in the layup category for the post score athletic, that scored a 22. Okay, so that means that the post scorer athletic is the most efficient at completing layups. Okay, the same can be said for dunks. The athletic has an 18 in the dunk category, so that's the highest amongst all the archetypes. Now when we're talking about mid-range, the shot creator has an 18, which is the highest amongst all of the archetypes, right? So that's the reason why it's highlighted in yellow. Now you can look all around the spreadsheet and understand what the yellow highlights mean. Now the green highlights, those came in second for each category. So again, let's bump up to the top with the layups, right? The pure post score has a 20 in the layup category. That is the second highest. The sharp, okay, let's look at the mid-range on a sharp. The mid-range on a sharp is a 16, which is the second highest. We can move down a little bit because some of the archetypes, well, they have the same number. So for example, the sharp, the .4 playmaker, the athletic, and the shot creator, in terms of lateral quickness, all have a 9. They are the second best in that category. Okay, and as a last example, we're going to look at the blocks category. The pure post, the glass, the athletic, and the shot creator all have a 10. So they are the second most efficient when it comes to blocking out of all the archetypes. So now, let's do the same thing on the glass cleaner side. So again, we're going to start off with the layup category, right? So the glass cleaner athletic has a 17, which means that archetype is the most efficient at completing layups. And which archetype is the second? That is the post with a 15. So we can move down a little bit. Let's go to rebounding, right? The glass cleaner rebounding archetypes, the glass cleaner archetypes in terms of rebounding. Let's look at the lockdown, the post, and the athletic. Those three have a 22, meaning they are the second highest and the second most efficient at rebounding amongst all the archetypes. The first would be the pure glass. Let's look at vertical. The lockdown, the pure glass, and the athletic all have a 22, which means they are the most efficient at jumping vertically, right? So you kind of get the gist here. Like I said, the yellow highlights are the first are the first for each category, and the green are the second for each category. I didn't bother to go any further than first and second. So let's move down a little bit now. So below the grids, I did a little tally, right? So we're gonna go back to the post score side for now. So I have the top, I tallied the number in which, or the number of times in which each archetype came in first, and the number amount of times they came in second. So the post sharp came in first twice, second 3 times. Playmaker came in first 5 times and second twice. The lockdown came in first 7 times and 2 in second, and so on and so forth. You get where I'm going here. So in my eyes, when we're looking at the numbers, right, the post score shot creator scored the most first or second in each category, right? So the shot creator scored first in 2 categories, which was mid-range and stamina, I guess we can count that, and scored second in 10 categories, 10 out of 16 categories, which are dunks, 3-point, handling, passing, post offense, blocks, vertical, lateral quickness, speed, and acceleration. So to me, when we're going by the numbers, that to me says that the post score shot creator is the most well-balanced and all-around best post scorer archetype, right? It has a total of 12, meaning it scored top in 2 and second in 10. That's a total of 12 times. So that line there is the most highlighted, meaning, and in my personal opinion, that the post scorer shot creator is the most well-balanced archetype. Okay, now we can move over to the glass cleaner side. Now the same thing can be said for the glass cleaner shot creator. The same thing happened here. It scored the top highest in 2 categories and the second highest in 10 categories for a total of 12. So to me, the glass shot creator is the most well balanced. Now, if you have no experience in this game and you want to kind of test the waters and as far as center builds go, maybe you want to start with that, because the glass shot creator can pretty much do everything. It may fall a little short here and there, but it is all around the best archetype when it comes to glass, the glass cleaner build and the post score build, in my opinion. Now, some people could say, well, look at the lockdown. The lockdown scored, top in 7 categories. Well, that may be true, but that's only on one side of the ball. That's on the defensive side of the ball. So it's not very well rounded in terms of offense and defense. And the same can be said for the post score lockdown. It came in first in 7 out of the 16 categories, but like I said, that's on the defensive end of the ball, not on both sides. So I'm going to repeat myself again. The post score shot creator and the glass cleaner shot creator to me is the most well-rounded and balanced archetype for each class, the post scorer and the glass cleaner. Okay, so there's one other thing to consider when we're looking at the most well-rounded and balanced archetype, and it's going to be the badges. Now, we already established that the post scorer shot creator and the glass cleaner shot creator seems to be the most well-balanced, right? So on the post scorer side, that archetype has 3 Hall of Fame badges. Now those 3 Hall of Fame badges are Hall of Fame up and under specialist, post spin technician, and drop stepper. Now, if you know anything about what it was like in 2K17, these post moves are deadly, and it's very important to have these Hall of Fame badges because there's definitely a difference between Hall of Fame and gold. So if your post shot creator is well balanced, has these 3 Hall of Fame badges, you're gonna be deadly on the court. I'm telling you this right now. Now, you're gonna fall short on the rebounding end, so you might have to consider some other things. Who are you gonna be playing with? Okay, are you gonna have another big on your team, or are you gonna be the big on your team? Because if you are, then that might not be the choice for you. So maybe you want to switch to a glass cleaner shot creator, right? Because we also established that on that side of things, that's the most on paper, it's the most well-balanced archetype. But unfortunately, that archetype does not have any Hall of Fame badges, but it has 9 gold badges, which I think is going to be good enough. So the 5 that we know of right now: a hustle rebounder, putback king, brick wall, break starter, and bruiser. Those are all on gold. That's all we can tell for right now. And as you can see on the image that's on the screen, those are the badges that come with that. And I'm also going to link in the description all the sources where these photos were taken from. So some people might say, well, look at the other archetypes. A lot of the different other archetypes have more Hall of Fame badges. Like the pure post has 4 Hall of Fame badges. Yes, it has 4 Hall of Fame badges, but as you can tell by the numbers, the pure post isn't going to be that great on the defensive end. So it's not really that well balanced. Yeah, you're going to be a beast on offense, but what about the defensive end of the spectrum? You want to have a well-rounded player. Okay, and the same could be said for the glass cleaner side. The glass lockdown has 3 Hall of Fame badges. Those being bruiser, right? Hall of Fame, putback king Hall of Fame, and brick wall Hall of Fame. But then again, it's not well-rounded. Those are all defensive badges. So you're only going to be a defensive weapon, which is great. It could work for some cases, but maybe not for all. So you definitely have to consider what you're looking to do on the floor, with your squad, or if you're playing 2s, 3s, if you're playing pro-am, you need to establish what it is that you're trying to do on the court. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it wasn't too confusing for you guys. And honestly, I hope that you guys got a little something from it. Hopefully, I was able to ease your decisions on picking a center build for NBA 2K18. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please beat up that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel, because we're gonna keep bringing you nothing but excellent content. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. The links to those pages are gonna be in the description below. Leave me a comment. Let me know what build you leaning towards, or even if it's not a center build, what are you going to be bringing to NBA 2K18? All right, so with that said, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Stay excellent and peace.